The Constitution's right to free speech and freedom of assembly in public.
Well, the issue I have is residents calling me and telling me, what about their rights? What about their rights to not have to go and walk in the street? Because they're taking up the, as you know, they rent a tenement across the street, and they're in that street on that side, on the sidewalk, which is a narrower sidewalk. So I think it's a balance of both rights. One right doesn't circumvent the other right.
Does a person not have a right not to have protesters in public?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
But that's where they are. They're in public. You'd be taking them out of a public right of way.
They are, but they have a right to go. Well, first of all, the residents have a right to use their sidewalk whenever they want and not be blocked by
yeah, which is
the patients that are going there have a right to go into someplace without being walked in front of. And
wait, you have a right to not be walked in front of?
Yeah, you have a right to walk on a sidewalk.
Well, I mean, I'm in front of you now.
But I'm not walking, because if I was walking and you walked in front of me, that would be an issue.
Is there a law that says you can't stand in front of somebody?
Well, there's an ordinance in Manchester that says you can't obstruct people's, walking public sidewalks. Yeah,
I mean, it's a little bit different from speech, but still, I mean...
Well, that's the issue there. That's the issue there. People have a right to go, if there's protesters at, let's say, Citizens Bank, I have a right to walk into Citizens Bank without these people walking in front of me, stopping me, and engaging in conversation.
Well, but the thing is, this doesn't just ban that. This bans people from being in that spot with the sign, doesn't it?
This bans them from there's a buffer zone.
That's
they
the thing,
have free access.
It punishes both the people who are guilty of standing in front of someone, which is not exactly a crime, and the people who aren't.
It doesn't punish anybody. It balances between
what would happen
the person's right to go and use that facility.
Well, what's going to happen to me if I go in there and stand there and I've got a sign on that says anything political, and I have, and I'm just standing there? They're going to use force on me, aren't they? The authorities.
I don't know if they're going to use force on you. You're bringing up the force.
Well, how can you have a law that's not backed by force?
I didn't see anywhere in a bill where there's force involved here.
So what's the penalty for standing there?
There's a fine.
Okay, that's force. Because if you don't pay the fine, you have to go to
protesting.
You don't pay the fine. What happens to you?
Well, you're saying that. I'm not saying that.
Well, you may not. You may be in denial.
I'm saying there's a balance between both sides. There's a balance of people have a right to go into that facility, and there's a balance with people having a right to their free speech. Now,
all right.
Now, in the free speech, when you look up public protest, the court has deemed, the Supreme Court has deemed that there's a difference. There's a free speech right. However, that free speech doesn't include stopping people engaging in conversation with people that don't want to have a conversation with you. So that's the issue here.
Well, as always, I appreciate you at least answering my questions.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Long. See you out there.
No, can't do that.
Federal agents on the streets of Keene, New Hampshire. They're investigating reports of an unlicensed radio station said to be broadcasting LRN.FM. So why all the fuss? What is LRN.FM? Well, it's probably not something these agents want you to listen to. It's a 24